Welcome back.
Long time no see.
Oh,
But we still probably do an intro, huh?
Yeah, what's our rap?
It's Jennah&Katy.
You know that.
And we're here to say,
Welcome back.
That was way better. This is part 2 of why we moved back.
Yeah, now it's her turn.
Woohoo. Mine might be shorter, and not as, deep, I guess, for my reasons and whatnot. Basically, after college, was home for a few months, waiting until I started a new job, and then was commuting for a little bit because I wasn't working super far away, but it was still a hassle.
She is in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, different parts of Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
And so I lived in the mountains first, so I moved out. My voice was
That's how I felt. I felt like I was
Hold on, it just sounds like I'm going through puberty, like I'm a boy going through puberty or something. Moved over there to be closer for work, and I just really like that area better than here, personally, just more my vibe. And then moved closer down by the water after, I was thinking about this today, actually, it's funny. I think it was 7 months that I lived in the mountains, and then I moved down towards the coast, and lived in Capitola, which is basically the Santa Cruz area, but it's not like Santa Cruz, Capitola, whatever. And kept working because I had one main job, which is why I moved, and then picked up more because my main job was in the tourism industry, so things were not guaranteed for hours necessarily, and the schedule was kind of always ever changing, so I needed another source of income. So for the primary time, I primarily had 2 jobs while I was there, and then at one point in time I had 3 because then I was able to cut back actually the amount of days I was working since it was a little bit better pay, and then realized that even though I liked that area a lot, that wasn't the place where I felt like I could thrive the most, and just in terms of opportunities, and that area I love it, but it's become overcrowded. And I've talked to people who even used to live there, like some lady who I took kayaking actually for a women's group that came and had a retreat. And she was telling me that they had moved up north to this tiny town. I visited that place, and she went from this place to this tiny, tiny town. Even though some people say Santa Cruz isn't that big, I don't know. I think it's about perspective, but there's a lot of cars on the freeway and traffic that prove otherwise.
I mean, it's not big compared to San Jose.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, she said that they even moved because it was becoming so overcrowded. And I could feel that when I was living there. And I hate sitting in traffic. Aside from just being overcrowded, it's not even super cold there. But for me,
oh, it's so cold.
I would get pretty cold. I have bad blood circulation, and I'm not trying to say I'm not wimpy, because I would go in the Santa Cruz water surfing in winter. So I will try to bear it as much as I can.
I can barely go in the water in the summer there. It's that cold.
I mean, I think it's warm in the summer. I like it. It was warm when I went recently surfing, actually. It felt really nice until the wind hit. Then it started to get cold.
I get cold in 80-degree weather though, so.
So then I was not really sure if I wanted to live there forever. Then I decided to do a career change, and that was one of the big things that really set a move into motion. So decided to do career change and start doing a kind of certification program. And then my parents are awesome enough to be hey, if you want to move home and work and live at home while you work on your certification and are kind of changing your career path, that's fine by us. We'd love to have you. I thankfully got to move back home to continue working on that, and then start working here, and then actually did another certification not a long time ago, just finished it recently. Thank you.
Sound effects.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Lightning bolt.
I don't know if I'm gonna have any effects by the time that this is going up to add that in. But I just realized I left out a part. The certification I finished recently, I actually wasn't sure if I was going to do that. My original plan was work on that first certification and nutrition one, and then move to Hawaii. and be doing some kind of like health coaching there and also online, and maybe still do some kind of adventure tours and stuff, even though that wasn't really where my heart was I knew anymore. Then I decided I was going to add on personal training in addition to my nutrition course, so I decided to stay here longer, and also because of the time that I moved back, I wasn't able to start working until August after a lot of people's summer jobs had ended and whatnot. So I decided I'm going to stay, I'm going to keep saving money, keep working on these certifications, build up a little bit more of a resume here, make my transition when I do eventually move to Hawaii, make that easier on myself. That's basically why I decided to move back. I know that I don't personally want to stay here forever. It's a very like convenient place, and it was a great place to grow up and everything, but it's just not where I thrive the most. It's not really my vibe as much.
That's basically the gist of...
Yeah, mine's like really, I'm saying like not that deep. It was just more circumstantial. Wanted to change career things. I knew I couldn't keep living there and be doing a certification program and working as much as I was. I just knew I personally couldn't handle. I guess that ties it back into mental health a little bit. Like, everyone has their limits. Everyone can handle so much. Mm-hmm. I knew what I could handle, what I couldn't, and had an opportunity to...
That was handed to her. She couldn't pass it up.
I couldn't. Oh, there's a puppy! That probably wasn't annoying at all. Thank you for watching our part 2. I guess this was like a mini series in a way, maybe.
Go and look at our Instagrams. Sunshine
Yes.
Soul Wellness,
That's
Jenna
my
George,
website.
and then we have a new one which we're promoting. Go give it a follow. It's Jennah&Katy, and is spelled out.
Big surprise. So check out all the social media. It'll be linked down in the description.
Yeah.
If you are watching, if you want to comment and tell us anything that you would be curious for us to do for a video, not curious, if there's anything you'd be interested in seeing us do in a
If
video.
you want us to talk about anything more.
Yeah. Just anything that you want to really see, because we have ideas of what we want to do, but that doesn't mean that's what you guys want to see.
I
We're
keep
so
staring
wise.
at these photos. They're
Oh my
really
gosh.
distracting. Look at little Katie.
What happened? Kind of look like a duck in that one a little bit.
4th grade was my rough year too. I looked like a boy.
5th grade, it's like, oh, it's still rough, but like things will get better.
You got it together in 11th and 12th.
It got it together. Dude, my mom didn't even have like the real one. You can clearly see it even says Katie's grad pics 001. Like, not even the actual one. Could not be bothered to get me the actual size to fit this thing. I look so cute in that one. Like, what happened?
That's when I met you.
That's when we met.
Take care of yourselves. Love yourself. Listen to your parents. Listen to you.
Wouldn't that get copyrighted?
Can they tell?
I was trying to follow.
Try and go high. I can't go. I'm not like a high. I'm not a high singer.
It's like so soft, like a little kitten that's like.
How do you go high? I think I used to be a soprano. I don't think I'd be one now.
I don't know. It's like slowly getting like. No,
What's going on?
I don't know anymore.
Was that good?
It sounds like the wine glasses when you're like going around the top of a wine glass.
Is this also an audition for The Voice?
All right. Bye.